Hello, everyone, and today is Monday, and we are getting close to the end of the semester. So we want to try to make sure that we start to work on different assignments to make sure that we have those everything covered. So the last two things we need to cover. One of the things we're going to recover is perspective and understanding what perspective is, drawing in 1 point and 2 point perspective. And you are also going to design your dream room, and that's going to be due on Friday. And we're going to learn about how to do that in perspective. Okay. So today, what I want you to do is you're going to follow along with me. You're going to upload what I'm going to show you how to draw. You're going to upload that in. We're going to learn how to draw a box in 1 point perspective and a box in 2 point perspective. So I'm going to upload that. Once I upload that, you can go ahead and start. Once you upload that, you can start on working on your room, your dream room. And I'm going to show you also today how to get that set up. Okay. And make sure that you have that drawn correctly. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, so let's first look at the project that you're going to do. Okay, so you are going to use the elements of art and principles of design to create art. You're going to use critical thinking skills to create a composition. You're going to create a personal symbolic expression of yourself in your room that you want to design. So those are our standards that we're going to cover. So let's look here. So you see this room is basically everything goes to one vanishing point. So your room is going to go in 1 point perspective. You're going to draw your dream room, and you're not going to be able to do a sketch. I'm just going to let you go ahead and get started with it because it's going to be due on Friday. Make sure you shade everything. So it's going to be shaded from dark to light. Make sure you have a bed, a couch, a window, and a rug in your room. Those are some things that are non-negotiable. So I want you to make sure that you have a bed, a rug, and all those things in your room. Okay. Now, first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to show you first how your room should be designed. You're not going to upload this today, but tomorrow you're going to upload your progress. But let's look here. So the first thing you do when you're going to design your room, you can put it off center if you want. It don't have to be directly in the center, but you start out with a rectangle. Okay. I'm going to put a little off center. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is after you do that, after you do your rectangle, okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Okay. Then I'm going to establish my lines that's going to go out to the vanish to my edges. Okay. And I want this to be black so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So I want it to be black. Okay. And this software I'm using is called Photo Filter, but you can draw yours out. And I'm making right now the walls of my room. Okay. Now I'm going to show you another way you can do your walls today as well, but this is like the general way that you can do your walls. Okay. Now I'm going to delete this right here. Now let's say I want to make another section, like a section in my room. So I'm just going to go straight down like this. Okay. And then I'm going to connect this line right here. Okay. To the vanishing point here. So now it looks like this is a turning point right here in the wall. And you can also put a door here if you want. That depends on how you want to do it. But you see how it really changed the composition up. So if that's something you want to do, you can. And I'm just adding a door here. So that's just an example. So all I did was I just made another rectangular section right there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna walk you through that one more time. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward so you can see. So I just made that particular section right there, okay, a rectangle, and then I connected the lines to the edges and the corners. And excuse that little dot right there. That was not something I meant to do. Now we are gonna make a dot though for our vanishing point, okay? So the vanishing point is all the lines that's gonna go um in space, okay? So that's our vanishing point. It's gonna be right there in the center. Okay. Now, what we want to do is because these lines are going in the center, all our everything that we're gonna do is gonna go to the central vanishing point right here. So if I do a window, any of that, it's gonna go to that vanishing point. Okay. Now tomorrow you're gonna watch a video on how to add different things in your room. okay? I'm just going to show you the basics designs of how to do that, okay? All right, today. So you have the basic layout. All right, so now what I want to do next is I want you to know how to draw a box in 1 point perspective. So I need you to follow along with me. First thing we're going to do right now is we're going to make and this is something you're going to turn in today. You're going to make your horizon line. This is called your horizon line. Okay. So this is your horizon line. The horizon line is basically the line that goes off in space. You want that line to be straight going across your page, because you want to make sure that when it goes across the page, that's going to show you where your vantage points are going to be. So that's really important. So that's what we're going to start with, is that horizon line. So that's the first step that you're going to make. Now, the next step that you're going to do is I'm going to do this vanishing point, and I'm going to make it in red so that you can see it, okay? And I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger just so you can see. We're going to do 1 point perspective. So this is our vanishing point right here in the center. This is a vanishing point, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do, and you can follow along with me, is we're going to do a square right here, okay, above the horizon line. Okay, I'm just going to put it off center right here so you can see it. Okay, now I'm going to make some guidelines, and they're going to be in a different color. So my guidelines are going to be red. Okay, and these guidelines are going to go to that vanishing point, and that's what you're going to do as well. You want these lines to go to the vanishing point so you know this corners and what's going to line up with the corners of your box. So you can see that here. Okay. All right, so this is also going to go to the vanishing point right there. And this is going to go to the vanishing point there. So does everybody see how I did those right there? I'm going to go back and do it in slow motion. Okay, so you see I added the line there. I did my square, added that line, added that line, and that line. Okay, now I'm going to go and I'm going to do it in black because I want you to be able to see the lines, and I want you to know where to connect them, okay? All right, so let's look. Now, we are going to make the back of our box. So we're just going to go straight across to this line right here, okay? And then we're going to go straight up so we can have the back of our box, okay? So we're just making a line that's just going to go straight up, just like that. Okay, and these two lines right here are parallel. That means they do not touch. Okay. Now, let's connect this line to that one, connect this line to the corner, and connect this line to this corner. And that shows you right there that we have made our box. Okay. And what's interesting about our box is that we can also shade the box from dark to light, but you don't have to do this today because I still want to see your guidelines. But I want you to see how the box can be shaded from dark to light, like you just saw right there, okay? Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna make, and this is 1 point perspective, okay? So this is a box here, and I want you to label it 1 point perspective box, okay? So we're gonna put this, I'm gonna put this here, and then you're gonna label yours as well. So this is a 1 point perspective box. And now we're gonna do a box in 2 point perspective. All right, so now we have to establish we're gonna have to establish a guideline, but we need 2 of them, okay? So I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here, okay? Now, that's 1 vanishing point and that's 2 vanishing points, okay? We're not gonna worry about this one right now. That's just for this particular box. Now, the next thing you're going to do when you follow this video is you're going to just have a straight line that's going to go straight down, just like that, okay? And I'm going to do it in black because I want you to understand that that's our first line that we need, okay? Now, of course, we're going to now establish our lines, our guidelines, and these lines are just going to let us know where we need to go. One line is going to go to this vanishing point at both ends, just like that. Then we're going to have another line that's going to go to this vanishing point, just like this. Okay. Now, the next thing you need to do is we are going to cut the line off. Okay. So we need to establish our box and where it's going to go. So let's look. So we're going to basically here, we're going to go straight down on this side. And I'm going to do this in a solid line because I want you to be able to know that that is the back of our box. So here we go. Parallel line here. And a parallel line is going to go right here. Okay. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take these lines right here and you're going to go to that vanishing point. So I'm going to go back to red because I want you to be able to see that this is a guideline. So this line right here is going to go to this vanishing point. And this line right here is going to go to this vanishing point. Now you see that our box has started to form. Okay. So let's go back. Okay. You see I established those two lines there. Added one more. Added one more. Okay. Let's continue. Added those lines there. Added those lines. And now we have a box that is in 2-point perspective. So let's clarify our box and make sure that our lines are drawn correctly. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to make these lines stand out. So we're going to make those in black right here. So you can see and define our box. And there we go here. We're going to go there. And last but not least, right here. So now we see our box. And you're going to label this, and it's going to be in 2-point perspective box. That's what we just did, okay? And I'm going to slide this down so it can go in this section. Okay, so there we go. So this is what you're going to turn in today. You follow my video, and you're going to turn this in today, okay? Okay, so perspective, and I think I spelled that wrong, but I think you get the point, but I think you have the S right there. All right, so 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective box, okay? All right, so that's what you're going to create today. Remember, you're going to do your room, okay? And your room, you want to, like I said, let's just go ahead and fix this error because I want to make sure you can spell it correctly. So just add that S there. I was typing fast to try to get it done. But let's look at that. Let's get that corrected. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, now, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna show this right now. You're gonna upload this for a grade, okay? And you also are going to get started working on your room. This is turned in today, and tomorrow you will watch a video. I'm gonna show you of how to do the details inside your room that we went over previously, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and don't forget to upload what I just taught you how to do today. All right, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.